Okay, so just over 27 minutes to the 2020 BC Leaders Debate, which you can watch right here on City TV at 6:30. Lisa Yuzda is the legislature reporter for City News and News 1130. She joins us live from Victoria. Lisa, thanks for doing this. My first question for you, who has the most to lose tonight?
Well, the obvious answer is John Horgan, the NDP leader. He's going into this far ahead of Liberal leader Andrew Wilkinson. So, I think people are watching. He used to be called, Angry John, Fiery John, and we've seen a little bit of that recently, so we'll see if he keeps his cool. But also Liberal leader Andrew Wilkinson. He has some gains that he can make in letting people know who he is. He has poor name recognition, so that will be important. But all of them have points to make tonight. There are 680,000 mail-in ballots that have been requested. There's a week of advanced polling starting on Thursday. So expected that a lot of people are going to be casting their ballots over the next week, far ahead of the October 24th election date. So people need to make their points now. These leaders need to make their points and get people to vote for them.
Now, over the long weekend, video surfaced of a Zoom event hosted last month by the Liberals. It was a roast for a retiring member of the party, and while telling a story, Liberal MLA Jane Thornthwaite made comments about NDP MLA Bowen Ma that many have since slammed as sexist, demeaning, and in poor taste. Liberal leader Andrew Wilkinson didn't immediately respond to the backlash. What was the strategy behind staying quiet?
Well, it's certainly not one that I think worked. He did respond on Twitter, but he didn't speak publicly. He did this morning when they were laying out the Liberal platform. Started off on the offense, saying that the NDP, the BC has gotten worse under their leadership and that they are not the right party to lead BC into the future. And then he talked about the event. He said it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for everyone at the time. It's embarrassing after. He threw MLA Jane Thornthwaite underneath the bus many times, saying, that what she did was disappointing and unacceptable. But he was obviously asked, why didn't you say something then? His excuse is that he didn't want to embarrass retiring MLA Ralph Sultan, but it said at the same time that everyone was embarrassed there. So I think that his excuse is falling flat, but he has said that they need to work on this going into the future. But I think he still has some more work to do to dig his way out of that hole.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Andrew Wilkinson did respond today. We have that clip lined up. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
Well, the embarrassment occurred during the event. Many people who were at Ralph Sultan's retirement roast thought Jane's remarks were in exceptionally bad taste and showed poor judgment. I'm included in that. I was embarrassed to see those remarks being made. That's not the way my world works in terms of relationships with very capable women, especially women who've taken the time to get elected to the legislature.
Now, Lisa, in your mind, will the NDP continue to talk about this Zoom roast at the debate tonight, or have they capitalized on it enough?
I think it's certainly going to come up because it brings into question not just the sexism that happened, but his ability to lead. That's Andrew Wilkinson's ability to be a leader. He was at that roast. He was in that Zoom call. You could see him on the screen, and he didn't speak up. So I think that question has to come up tonight.
Thanks, Lisa. We'll check in with you again before the debate gets underway. Just a reminder, the 2020 BC Leaders Debate will begin at 6:30 p.m. It will last 90 minutes and will air on City TV and on our website, citynews1130.com. The program will also be translated in Mandarin tonight, and you can watch that version on our sister station, Omni Television.